Hello, I'm Jamila Musayeva, an international social etiquette consultant and author of etiquette books. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Here I talk about etiquette, all topics related to soft skills and self-development. If you're interested in all of that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified every time I post a new video. If you're an old subscriber, welcome back to the channel. I am delighted to see you here. Please do not forget to put a like under this video so I know what are some topics that you're interested in. Today's video is dedicated to something that was long awaited, a lot requested, and that is perfume etiquette. Particularly, I will answer why I do not disclose the name of my perfume, and we're also going to look at some of the rules in regards to perfume, how you should store it and how you should use it. So first things first is I want to address the question that I get asked the most, and that is, what perfume are you using? I get a lot of messages on my direct messaging on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you do. But I also get a lot of questions on YouTube and emails, what perfume are you using? I understand that this question comes out of curiosity or just people want to get to know me better. But there are two reasons why I do not like to answer this question. The reason number one, as an etiquette teacher, I know that asking about someone's perfume is a very intimate question. Perfume is something that we apply on our body, hence asking what is that something that you apply on your body is a very personal question. If someone is not sharing it openly with you, maybe your friend is telling to you that I went shopping yesterday, I bought myself this nice bottle of perfume, great, they're open to that discussion. But if someone is not openly telling about it, it's best not to ask that question. The scent of a woman especially is a very private matter and has to be kept a mystery, a secret. So if you're watching this video and maybe you discovered a new perfume that you personally very much like, please do not disclose it to people that are not very close to you, unless you really want to, but I would suggest to keep that a little bit private so that that scent is particularly yours. The second reason for not sharing this information is because I think that my choice of perfume should in no way influence your choice of making that purchase. Because oftentimes I know young generation gets influenced a lot by what, influencer bloggers are talking about, what kind of perfume they're using. Sometimes this perfume are out of that person's budget and they think that no other scent is good, but that one particular one that was very much suggested by their loved blogger or influencer. It's an unconscious process. When we go shopping and we have seen a perfume being mentioned over and over again in videos and pictures, we think that that's the only best scent that is out there. That is not true. My choice of perfume in no ways should influence your purchase of perfume. It's very intimate, very personal matter. Having said that, I understand also that a perfume will open differently, will smell differently on each person's body based on their body type, body pH level, the type of work that they do, the country where they live in, the climate. Everything affects how that scent opens up on our body. So the same perfume might smell completely different on different people. Having said that, let's look at the proper way of storing perfume. Perfume should be stored in a dry, dark and cool place. Heat and sunlight can deteriorate any kind of perfume. Do not open the bottle of perfume unless you'll be using it, because as soon as you open the perfume, the expiration countdown begins. On average, an open bottle of perfume will last for 2 years, but if you do not open the bottle, then you prolong its life expectancy, meaning that you can use it in more than 2 years' time. Again, this varies from one perfume to another, but you can usually tell it when the perfume has gone bad by using either the scent of it or the color of it. If the color has turned brown or yellowish, that means that your perfume has gone bad, or if you can smell this metallic scent, then you know it's not proper to use it anymore. I have seen a lot of people collect different kinds of perfume. They get showered with different kind of perfume at their birthday or holidays, and then they just open them all, and all the bottles are laying out there in the sunlight, under the sunlight, or next to a window. A, you do not keep it under the window, and B is that If you are not using the perfume at that particular time, or if you don't plan on using it, either gift it to someone else who can put it into good use, or do not open the bottle unless you've already finished the ones that you're using. The longer you take the time to actually open all the bottles, the more all these perfume will serve you. If you for some reason have stocked on all your favorite perfume, what you could do is you could actually keep them like that, store them like that for years and years in a dark, dry, cool place, or on the shelf of a refrigerator, if you will. That way you'll ensure that the smell will be kept intact and the perfume will not go bad. Because after all, using no perfume is better than using an expired one. What perfume to use? That will depend on 3 factors: the time of the day, the occasion, as well as the people around you. Let's start with the time of the day. The general etiquette rule in regards to perfume is that before the sun goes down, opt for lighter ones, and after the sun is down, you can go for heavier smells. To put this into 2 distinct categories, there's eau de parfum and eau de toilette. Eau de toilette is more diluted version of eau de parfum, which is why eau de toilette is usually cheaper. Eau de perfume is a very concentrated liquid of perfume. It is more heavy to apply, it lasts for a longer time, and it is more expensive. Nowadays, you can find a lot of different brands that carry the same kind of scent in eau de parfum and eau de toilette. If we are following this etiquette rule, we would apply eau de toilette during the daytime, and then in the evening we would apply the eau de parfum of the same scent. Again, these are not strict rules, you can choose whatever suits you. The etiquette rule suggests that we change up our perfume based on the season. So in winter time we can go for heavier, muskier, more sandal scents, and then lighter ones like the floral ones, keep it during the summertime and springtime. For me personally, I do not abide by this rule. I've been using the same perfume for about 12 years now. It is a lighter one, eau de toilette. There is an eau de parfum version of it, but I prefer to have eau de toilette because I find it lighter. I don't smell it as much when I apply it, which is great. Actually, fun fact is that when you apply perfume and you cannot smell it on yourself, it means that it is your scent. So what I do is that I would apply it more lightly during the daytime, and I would reapply it again in the evening, so it will become a bit more concentrated for the evening. I love keeping my perfume the same because actually, I'll tell you, the real reason is that my dad really liked this perfume on me. I purchased this. I was also frequently changing my perfumes, and then one day when I came back home, I was in US, I came for a holiday, and my dad said, I really like the smell on you, and that stuck with me, and I thought like if my dad really liked it, then I should be using it. So that's actually how I found the right perfume for myself. But then what happened is that people started recognizing me by that scent. So I would be somewhere and people would be remembering me for the scent, or they would be out somewhere and they would smell that scent and say, oh, Jamila was out here and I could smell you. So that perfume became associated with me, which is something that I really liked. And also because even if people haven't seen me for a really long time, when we meet again, they can always recognize me by my scent, so to speak. So these are personal reasons why I love keeping the same perfume for years. Maybe it can work for you, but maybe you like to switch up your perfume. Again, my way should not be your way. You should choose whatever works for you. Occasion, that means, are you going to a wedding? Is it a job interview? Are you meeting partners for business lunch? Whatever that is, that should be very important to keep in mind. So if you're going for a job interview, opt for lighter perfumes or no to little perfume, because you never know, the person interviewing you might be allergic to perfumes or to all different kinds of scents, and the whole interview process can get distracted only by the fact that you applied some perfume. Keep that in mind. The general rule is that for more businessy, formal occasions, we opt for lighter, less perfume, and then for more social gatherings like birthdays and weddings, we can go heavier on the perfume. The third factor that we have to keep in mind is the people around us. We have to be mindful that our scent has to be kept personal, which means that people only at our arm length. So if you put your arm out, that's your personal space. So people in your personal space are the ones that should be able to smell whatever scent you have on. under the idea that, you know, once you have left the hallway, your scent is still out there is not very right. There are people living in that building, or, you know, people in that community that might not like the smell and might be allergic to it. Actually, there are some conferences or social networking events where they mention in the agenda that this is a fragrance-free area. So that encourages the participants not to apply any perfume and be mindful of people around them that could be allergic to different kinds of scents. Now moving on to the next part, which is the most interesting part, and that is how to properly apply the perfume. So here I have a perfume. This is not mine, but I really like the smell on other people, and that's called Silver Mountain Water. So this, as you could have guessed, is of my husband. I think it's okay for men to disclose their perfume. I don't think it's okay for women to do that, or I prefer to keep it mysterious and secret. Actually, let me know in the comment section if you agree with me and state your reason why, or if you don't agree with me, then let me know as well and tell me why you don't think that that's right, or why you prefer to disclose your perfume. So how you should properly apply the perfume. This is eau de toilette. So actually always says on a bottle it's eau de toilette or eau de parfum, but you can actually tell if it has more water in it, then it's probably eau de toilette, and if it is more concentrated, more oily, then it is eau de parfum. Eau de parfum usually comes in smaller packages, and eau de toilette, comes in larger packages. So what you would do is you would open it, and then you'd apply it only at your pulse points. And what are our pulse points? So that is behind our ears, our neck, our shoulders, wrists that we all recognize, the backside of our elbows, behind the knees, behind the calves, behind the ankles. And actually here in the midriff you can also apply, because there's a pulsating point. So on all pulsating points you would apply perfume. Now, depending on how concentrated you want to smell, it will depend on how many pulse points you'll apply it. But let's say during the day, what I would do is you'd keep the bottle about 12 centimeters away from your pulse point and do 2 to 3 pumps. Again, depends on how concentrated you want. So let's do 1, 2, and then because I don't want it to be very concentrated, I would apply it on the wrist, and then I'll just tap it here, tap it on the inside of my elbows, and tap it here behind my ears. So I would use just one spritz and just spread it on my wrists, elbows, and behind my ears. However, if I want to smell a little bit more concentrated, I want to, to be recognized from afar, I would do the same thing, but then I would apply it again directly to my, not close, again keeping it 12 centimeters away. I would apply it on behind my ears, on my shoulders, inside of my elbows, behind my knees, depending if I'm wearing a short dress. Keep in mind that we do not rub the perfume, because rubbing creates heat, and heat corrodes the molecules in the perfume. What you do is you don't rub them, but you just gently tap them to be able to share that little spritz on both wrists. Once you've applied your perfume to those pulse points, do not cover it with clothing, because when you do so, you don't let the scent diffuse. Let it, soak in, diffuse, and then you put on your clothing. Also, the best way to make sure that your perfume actually stays on your skin is to lotion or moisturize your body with a cream before. That way it becomes soaked in and locked in better, so your skin is actually able to lock in the scent and you can carry the scent for a longer time. When choosing a lotion or moisturizer, opt for one that either doesn't have any scent, so it doesn't overpower or mix with your perfume, creating perhaps a weird smell, or you could actually use the lotion of your own perfume, therefore boosting the smell even more and making it last for a longer time. Also, despite of what you see on the TV and all this kind of advertisements, do not mist the perfume. Misting is when you apply this into the air and then walk in. It looks dramatic, but it's a waste of perfume. It diffuses the smell into the room. It's great to perhaps change the scent of the room, but it's wasteful if you want to smell nice. What you do is better spritz it, but then if you don't want to have the perfume overpower, have a very strong scent, then spritz it in perhaps one pulse point and not across all your body. Should I apply the perfume on my body or the clothing is another commonly asked question. The truth is, you can apply your perfume on your clothing unless it's a silk shirt or a silk skirt or whatever made of silk. You might not want to stain that. But ideally is that you would apply it on your skin. Again, this has a rule as well, unless you're exposed to the sun. If it's summertime, you're about to go sunbathing, then do not apply perfume directly on your skin, because when perfume gets intact with sunlight, it can create allergies, can create a reaction on your skin. Be mindful of that. However, if it's winter time and you do not like putting perfume on your skin, then you can feel comfortable applying it on your clothing. But again, best to try it a little bit on the edge of the material to see if it leaves any stains or not. However, if you have a busy day, you'll be running around, I suggest you not to apply the perfume on your clothing, because the clothing throughout the day loses its freshness, and hence the unfresh scent of the clothing mixed with a scent of perfume creates a disastrous scent. You don't want to smell like a mix of perfume and unfresh clothes. The final piece of advice when it comes to applying the perfume is not doing it in public spaces, especially the closed one, like the metro, the bus, the airplane is the biggest one. You have to be mindful again of people around you. More and more people today are allergic to different kinds of smells. So when you apply your perfume, you might cause allergic reaction in them. Be mindful and respectful towards people around you. That is reason number one. But for reason number two is applying perfume is a very intimate ritual and hence should be kept in private. If you need to reapply your perfume, go to the washroom and do it there. And the juiciest part of this video is how to keep your bag and your perhaps notebook fresh and smell like you. What I do is that I take my perfume, I spritz it on a tissue like this. You could use a tissue or a piece of paper, depends on what you prefer. So I would spritz it on it, and then what I do is I just fold it gently and place it inside my bag. So I have my bag here. I will open it, leave it here, and almost every single bag of mine has a tissue with perfume in it. So when I open it, it smells heavenly. And the second thing that you could do is, if you, let's say, don't have a perfume in mini size, so the eau de toilette that you use doesn't have a mini travel size, you could actually use cotton swabs and then spritz perfume on your cotton swab. Place it in a Ziploc bag like this. Now people will hate me for using Ziplocs, but there's really no other way to store this intact, the smell intact. You would close it. You can reuse the Ziplocs a lot of time, and then you just carry these little swabs with you in case you need to reapply your perfume. So it's a good way to retouch your perfume anytime that you need it. Another thing that I personally love to do is, you've probably already seen my planner. I love this planner, and I love when I open it that I can smell it, and that's, I know scents are very important to me. So what I would do is I would take either a piece of paper or again a tissue like this, spritz it here, and then I would just leave it between the papers, just maybe evaporate, diffuse it a little bit so that it doesn't stain your paper, and then just leave it here like that. You can leave it for a really long time. I have had a paper that lasted for about a month, and every day smells different because as the days go on, it becomes lighter and lighter, and I love that my planner also smells nice. And a personal tip I want to share with you when it comes to choosing your scent is, do not listen to anyone, don't get influenced by whoever is using what. When you're going to find your smell, just walk around, try different kind of perfumes. The ones that stick with you or resonate with you, apply it on a piece of paper, or best, if you are okay with that, apply it on your skin and leave it on your skin for days. Continuously smell it, and if you still like it the next day and a day after, then that's your perfume. If you do not like applying it on your skin, you can take a piece of paper, apply it on it, and then carry it with you in your bag. Every once in a while, give it a sniff. If you like it in 2, 3, 4 days, then that means that you have found the perfume that you really like. avoid doing impulsive shopping when it comes to perfume. It has to be very mindful. It has to suit who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. Basically, it has to be the scent, the smell that is representing who you are as a person. Thank you so much for watching this video up until now, and if you're still with me, I would like to share that I have launched my Patreon page. It's called Etiquette Movie Club, and every month I make an announcement about the movie that we'll be watching, and by the end of the month I publish a video that's exclusive for my patrons, looking at a specific movie and extracting etiquette lessons from that particular movie. The club is entertaining, it is fun, it is educational, so if you're interested in that, make sure that you join. It's only $5 a month. I will put a link under in the description box. By the way, if you enjoy this video, please make sure to like it and let me know what are some topics that you would like me to film more videos about, and I'll be more than happy to do it for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!